Christy Callahan, creator of this group. So I'm going to read this question directly because it's a great question. I want to get into consistently doing yoga every day. Everything is so overwhelming, expensive, and outside of my skill set, and I get discouraged. What are some tips for somebody just starting out? So this is an awesome question, and there's a lot of pieces to this question, so I'm going to answer them one at a time. Skill set, I'm going to attack that one first. Skills are something that you build. So most people aren't automatically good at anything, right? Like you might have a little bit of talent, like at drawing, but you still need to build the skill. It's the same for yoga. Yoga is its own skill set that takes time to build, and so it is not a natural skill set. Flexibility is 100% not a requirement to do yoga. Yoga will build your flexibility, but you don't have to be flexible to do yoga. Expensive, yes. Dropping classes can get very, very pricey. Yoga memberships tend to be very expensive in studio just because, you know, the overhead is so great. Online memberships are the cheaper way to go for sure. And there's tons of free stuff on YouTube. There's lots of wonderful teachers that teach free on YouTube. Overwhelming. Yes, it can be very overwhelming. Like, where do I start? What do I do? What do I need? Do I need all this stuff? No. I usually practice in my pajamas. I don't take the time to put on my leggings and my sports bra, blah, blah, blah. I don't do that. Because if I'm not going out of the house and I'm not doing some vigorous practice, I don't need all that. I do like to practice with the yoga mat just because it does give me grip. So if I'm standing and doing yoga, I do want to have grip, because as you're extended out in poses like warrior one or warrior two, where your legs are extended out past the width of your hips, you start sliding, right? So that grip kind of protects your hips a little bit. Same things with your arms if you're in downward dog or something like that. So a yoga mat's great for grip and a little bit of cushion. You can start out with an inexpensive yoga mat. If you guys want yoga mat suggestions, let me know, and maybe I'll just do a whole separate post on that, and just give you guys my favorite yoga mat suggestions. They do range in price. You can get like a $20 yoga mat at like Target. You don't have to get all the stuff. You don't have to get props. You don't have to get any of that stuff. You can do yoga practice without that stuff. If you're gonna do like a free class on YouTube, search like beginner plus size yoga. Just try it. Just do a class and give yourself grace. So when you're starting yoga, give yourself grace. Well, always give yourself grace, but don't be hard on yourself. Don't judge yourself for not being good at this or that. Everything takes time to develop. Skills take time to develop. So offer your body that grace, and you'll find the practice to be more rewarding, because if you start beating yourself up and doing all the things we do, then it's going to be a frustrating endeavor, and you don't want that. Also, you don't need to practice, like, don't set yourself up for failure that you have to practice every single day. I don't practice every single day. You know, you can set yourself a goal, like starting out, do one time a week, 5 minutes, or learn one pose really well and practice that one pose every day. That's going to start you getting used to breathing in a yoga pose, activating in a yoga pose, and it's something. I'm a big fan of tiny little changes, because the tiny little changes are what create long-lasting changes. So I do one yoga pose. Usually I do one yoga pose every single day, but I don't do a practice every single day. But so it doesn't have to be this rigid schedule. It doesn't have to be what it looks like on Instagram, where everybody's waking up in the morning and it's all like, oh, I'm doing my yoga. Like, no, it doesn't have, no one's like that, you know, like that's not real. I mean, maybe it is for some people. Like, that's not a real expectation of yourself. So don't drop all that stuff. Drop all that stuff. Start where you're at. A beginner yoga class. Enjoy the class. Enjoy this new endeavor that is so healthy for your body, and it's going to give you lifelong benefits. It's going to help you with your mindfulness. It's going to help you with your nervous system. There's so many amazing benefits to yoga. So just start where you're at and offer your body and your mind and all of that tons and tons of grace. And reach out to me. I'm here. I'm going to answer questions. Like I said, I'm going to be putting out a series called Chubby Warrior Series. It's going to come out in bits and pieces, I think, but it's a lot of education and a very thorough breakdown of poses and so much more. So eventually kind of post more about that. So just know that is coming, and I'm working on my own library, etc. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any additional questions, or if there was anything I said that you didn't know. I would really love to hear from you guys. So that being said, have a beautiful day, and I will catch you later.